Hey guys, today I'm showing you how to make homemade donuts. If there is one thing you make from this channel, let it be this. They are absolutely delicious. I always thought making homemade donuts was really hard, but it's really not, and it's so worth it. So in a jar, I have some warm milk, and to that I'm adding in some yeast. I'm going to whisk that together and let it foam up for a few minutes. Now into a big bowl, I'm going to whisk together some flour and some sugar. And I'm also going to whisk in a little bit of salt. Perfect, my yeast is now ready, so I'm going to make a well in the center and pour that in. Lastly, I'm going to add in my melted butter and an egg, and then I'm going to mix it as much as I can with my wooden spoon. My dough has come together. It's a very soft dough, so don't be put off. This is what's going to make the donuts even more delicious. I'm going to turn it out onto my surface and give it a knead for about 5 minutes. You can add a bit of flour, but try not add too much. My dough looks great. I'm going to pop that back into the bowl, cover it with some cling film, and let it rise until it doubles in size. That should take about 45 minutes to an hour. I'm going to put mine in the airing cupboard as it needs to be somewhere warm. My dough is ready. It has doubled in size. I'm going to take off the cling film and give it a punch down, and then I'm going to knead it for a few minutes. Doesn't need long at all. That is now ready to get cut into 12 even balls. I like to cut mine in half first, then half again, and then I have to get 3 balls out of each quarter. They look so cute. I'm going to cover them with some cling film and let them rise for about 20 to 30 minutes until they've doubled in size. My little donuts have doubled in size and it's time to get frying. I'm using an actual deep fat fryer, but if you don't have one, you can just use a large saucepan, but make sure you have a sugar thermometer so you can make sure the temperature's at 190 degrees. So I'm going to pop these in about 2 or 3 at a time and only cook them for about 2 to 3 minutes. Spread those out, and then when I place them down, I like to straight away flip them over, as I find if I don't, they tend to create an air bubble and then it's really hard to flip them over. Then I'm going to use a slotted spoon and just flip them over. So they'll be done in about 2 to 3 minutes. I like to do a few rotations during that time to get a nice even colouring. And now I'm going to take those over to a cooling rack, which I've placed kitchen roll on top of, so any extra oil can drain onto that. And then we're going to let those cool for a few minutes, and then I'm going to coat them in castor sugar. Now that my donuts have slightly cooled, I'm going to dip them and cover them in castor sugar. This makes them taste incredible. So I'm going to pop that in. You just want to rotate it until it's all covered. Now that my donuts are covered in sugar, I can fill them. I'm going for a classic raspberry jam for mine, but the variations are endless. You could go for a chocolate center or a custard center. It's absolutely up to you. So I have my jam in a piping bag and I'm going to create a hole with a skewer. You can add as much or as little as you would like. So they are done. They look amazing and smell so fresh and delicious. I think I'm gonna have to give one a go. Cheers. Oh wow. That was amazing. Look at that, they're absolutely delicious. Lovely pocket of jam in there. They're so fresh, they're slightly warm still, which is incredible. And the feel of the actual donut is just so nice. They're actually really light and they don't feel heavy at all. They're delicious. You should definitely give those a go. So that's how you make my homemade jam donuts. Easy.